Hi guys, welcome to So You Think You Can't Craft. Today we are going to be doing a vase or a pencil jar, whatever you choose to call it or use it for. It'd be a great Valentine's teacher's gift for those kiddos that you got. So your supplies for today are going to be baker's twine. You can use, that's for this one that we're doing. You can use hemp. You can use thread, you can use yarn, you can use whatever you want to use, but for today we have the baker's twine. It's a good color for Valentine's Day. You need a mason jar. Now I have found ones that are straight up and down, like this one is. You can see that it has no ridge up here and very little down here, are a little bit easier than the ones that have the deeper ridge here, especially if you have a really deep one or more than one. Or a lot of texture. So the smoother you can get it, the better, straight up and down. So the wide mouth, regular cur or ball jars are the best. Then you also need scissors, some Valentine's colored paper, so you can use red, pink, white, printed hearts, something like that. Some craft needles. Now, why I call it a craft needle and what's different between a craft needle and a sewing needle is that, as you can see, maybe, let's see here if it'll focus, the hole on it is bigger. You can actually see through it. So, as you're looking at it, you can fit some bigger twine and things like that through it than you would through a regular needle, a sewing needle. And then a glue stick wherever it went. It rolled off. Let's see here if I can find it. There it is. Okay, I found it. So the glue stick is just a regular glue stick. It's nothing special. And so our first step here is going to be to cut the hearts out of the paper. I folded this down about a ½ inch. And all of these are done because I figured instead of watching me cut them, I'd have them prepared over here for you to see here instead of sitting through the whole video. Now, you can see the shape. You just want a half of a heart cut out. So you start down here, and you go around. Now, those who have a heart punch, that's going to be your easiest way, and all you need is the heart punch, the glue, and the twine, and the jar. But since this is a beginner's class, there is not very many people who will probably have, or beginner's video, sorry, how many people will probably have a heart punch. So I wanted to show you the way that you would do it otherwise. So here's a heart, hoping you can see that with the nice bright sun we got coming in through our Oregon window, surprisingly. So I have cut out a bunch of hearts. You continue to go through and you cut, depending on the size of your jar. This one here that I did has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 cut already for you. So, well, for me. So what you're going to do first is you take your twine and you tie it along the top. Just tie it in a knot here, right around the ridge. And I would do it where the threaded part for the lid would go. That way it's easy to hold up there instead of falling down as you're threading on everything else. So what I mean by that is there's this lip here for the lid, and I tied it right above that. So you've got the regular part of the jar and the lid, and there's where it is tied just nicely in a knot. And then I move it up a little bit. Sorry, my son is apparently tired. I move it up and I put a dab of glue right where the knot is under, or over where the knot is. and I dab it down just like that. So you can see there's the glue right under it, and it's going to hold it in place eventually once it dries, but for now it'll hold it. So then you take your needle and you take your heart and you just poke it straight through. Straight through there, and you pull it. So just like you're sewing or threading it through. And then there's two ways to make these hearts look. I like to interchange them. You can do it this way, where the thread is coming over the top on the side, on this side, or you can flip it and have it coming under and over the top. So it goes over the top and under, or flip it over and you have over the top on the, or under and over the top. So you've got that one. Now what you need to do is put some glue on the back side of that and go over the twine as well. So I have put glue right over that, as you can see, hopefully. And then you just stick it right to the glass. And so I've got it stuck on there. Now you're going to do that with the remainder ones, or with the next one. So I have that under and then over. So my next one, I am probably going to do the under then over. And personally, I don't like putting them all straight up and down hearts. So I don't want mine to be up and down like this. I want it to be side to side. So I put my glue on the back of that. Now, if you're going over the lettering on the jar, so mine says Kerr, if you're going to go over that, you're going to need either extra glue or to do it on one or the other sides. Okay, and as you're doing this, you are not going straight across. You're going at a diagonal so that it wraps around instead of straight going around over and over again. So you can see that I have a straight up and down where it goes under and over, and a sideways which goes over and under. And see how I just barely missed that wording? It helps to just have it on the side of it rather than trying to get it to stick on the top. Now, one reason why I like doing it this way instead of using the punches is because I prefer to have differences in my hearts. I like the randomness of it. Sometimes I like the uniformity, but for this situation, I choose not to. So you want them spaced about 1 inch to 2 inches apart from each other. Well, I'd say 2 inches to 3 inches probably. And the reasoning for that is that once you get back to the beginning, do this next one here. So once you get back to the beginning, instead of going directly under it, you're going to go off to the side, so in between the other two that you've done. So I am on my 4th heart here, and I have come back around toward the beginning. So I'm going to do this one, in between the two that I already had up there on the first section. And I like to make sure that they look different from the ones that are right next to it. So this one, I almost made it straight through versus the first one that's next to it and the second one that's next to it. The next one should be my fifth one, so it's my second to last one. And sometimes you don't know. If you run out of hearts, you just cut more. If you